Okay, let's take a look at a couple of the METABONES adapters. Now these are Nikon F mount to Fuji X mount and Nikon G to Fuji X mount. The price difference being $100 and $140. These are actually precision made. I'm the first person to denounce anything that would be cheap junk made in China, and these are far from it. They're actually rather heavy, and they're chromium plated brass. There is a tripod mount down here, but it's actually great for finger placement with the mount. Now, this is nothing other than a through-and-through adapter. This one for $140. What you're paying $40 more for is an aperture ring, since G-series Nikkor lenses do not have an aperture ring on the lens. What it lets you do is adjust the aperture via the METABONES G Nikkor mount. It will also take any of the Nikon. Both of these will take every lens, including this one will also take the G series. The only difference is that the aperture is going to be all the way closed, therefore making it absolutely useless. So both of these adapters will actually take any Nikkor lens, including the non-AI or pre-AI lenses. The only difference being is that here you have an aperture adjustment ring, and as I turn this, you can actually see in here, if I get the light right, so I have a little contact finger that actually opens and closes the aperture. Now, what I've found is on several lenses that the setting of 1, this is typically f4 on most lenses, so it's not exact and there are no click measurements. However, it is smooth to turn and it's not sloppy, so it's a perfect amount of resistance. So right here you'll have about f4, 2.8, 2, and then of course full, whether that's f1.4, f2, f2.8. You know, that's for you to determine. But yeah, right there on basically every lens on setting of 1 is f4. So both of these will take any Nikkor lens, including non-AI, but this one lets you adjust the aperture on the G series Nikkor. And of course this one also is chromium plated brass, so they are very nicely made. The fit and finish is exquisite. I have absolutely nothing to denounce on these. Some of the earlier iterations of these, people had issues with them being far too hard to mount. They were made specifically that way so that you wouldn't have lateral or horizontal play between the lens and the actual camera. But with too much play and with a longer telephoto, you're going to have, or basically any lens, you're going to have too much play. So they purposely made them not only tight, but too tight, but with a purpose. But they're not that tight now, but yet there still exists no play that I've noticed, lateral play, horizontal, vertical, or otherwise, between the lens and the camera body vis-a-vis the connector, the adapter here, the METABONES. So that's taking a look at those. Let me know if you have any questions, and let's do something really stupid. By the way, when you're actually mounting a lens, you want the finger all the way closed for when you're mounting the lens. So as METABONES mentions, you'd want the aperture ring, where this would be f22 or whatever the smallest aperture you have, you'd want this set at the setting of 7 before mounting any lens, because it is going to make contact with the aperture on the lens. There we go. So let's put this. I'm sorry. Let's put this obnoxious lens on the Fuji here, and I don't know if that's disproportionate to the camera or not, but hey, it will work. This is a Tamron 15 to 30 millimeter f2.8. Here we go. So here's another what I would call absurd camera body camera to body lens to body mating here. This should be the screenshot for this. This is so obnoxious. Obviously, also you would not want to think about packing this lens around, dangling, and taking excess stress to the actual lens mount that's screwed into the actual camera itself. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know if you got any questions. Okay, bye.